1922, New Jersey. The peaceful countryside of New Brunswick would soon become the setting for one of the most notorious unsolved murder mysteries in American history. What started as a story of love and betrayal would unfold into a chilling and tragic crime that continues to haunt us nearly a century later. This is the story of the Hall Mills murder case. It was on the night of September 14, 1922, that the bodies of Edward Hall, a respected priest, and Eleanor Mills, a member of his church choir, were found in a remote area of New Brunswick known as Lover's Lane. Their bodies were discovered in an embrace, lying lifeless in the woods, with evidence suggesting they had been shot multiple times. But it wasn't just the brutal nature of the murders that captivated the public. It was the tangled web of secrets and scandal that surrounded the victims. Edward Hall was not just any priest. He was a beloved figure in the local community, known for his devotion to the church. Eleanor Mills, on the other hand, was a young woman full of life who had become close to the priest through their shared connection to the church choir. What no one knew, however, was that the two were having an affair, and it was this affair that would lead to their tragic end. At the crime scene, investigators discovered torn love letters, evidence that hinted at the passionate relationship between Edward and Eleanor. These letters, found scattered around the bodies, painted a picture of forbidden love, a secret that had remained hidden from the prying eyes of their families and the church. But what truly shocked the community was not just the affair, but the person they would soon suspect to be involved in the crime: Edward's wife, Frances Hall. Frances Hall, a woman scorned, would quickly become the focus of the investigation. She had both motive and opportunity. Edward's betrayal had humiliated her, and the public couldn't help but speculate that she had taken matters into her own hands. The affair between her husband and Eleanor was no secret to Frances, and her jealousy had reached a boiling point. Could she have been the one to end the lives of both her husband and her lover? The case took a dramatic turn when a witness came forward claiming to have seen a man fleeing the scene of the crime. This witness was a local farmer, and his testimony seemed to confirm suspicions that Frances had indeed orchestrated the murders. He told authorities that he had seen a man in the woods late that night, running from the area where the bodies were found. However, as the investigation progressed, the credibility of this witness would be called into question. Despite the claims of the farmer, there was no direct evidence linking Frances to the murders. In fact, much of the physical evidence was circumstantial at best. Frances was arrested and charged with the murders of her husband and Eleanor Mills, and the case went to trial. What followed was a sensational courtroom drama that would captivate the nation. During the trial, the prosecution's case rested heavily on the testimony of the farmer, but as the defense pointed out, his story was riddled with inconsistencies. He had initially claimed to have seen a man fleeing the scene, but upon further questioning, it was revealed that his description of the man changed several times. His credibility was quickly called into doubt. Without solid evidence to tie Frances to the crime, the prosecution struggled to make a convincing case. Meanwhile, Frances maintained her innocence throughout the trial. She claimed that she had no knowledge of the affair between Edward and Eleanor, and she denied any involvement in the murders. Her defense attorneys argued that there was no proof that she had anything to do with the crime, and the lack of physical evidence worked in their favor. As the trial dragged on, the public's fascination with the case only deepened, but the legal system was faltering. The trial ultimately ended in a stunning acquittal. Despite the media frenzy, the court found Frances not guilty, citing the lack of concrete evidence and the unreliable testimony of the key witness. For many, the acquittal was a shock, but it was a reflection of the difficulty in securing a conviction in a case built on speculation and weak evidence. But even after the trial, the mystery of the Hall Mills case didn't end. The acquittal only fueled further speculation about what had really happened that night. Was Frances guilty, or was she the victim of a scandalous, high-profile crime that had been clouded by the weight of public opinion? Some believed that she had been wrongly accused, while others were convinced that she had played a direct role in the deaths of both Edward and Eleanor. In the years that followed, many theories emerged about the crime. Some believed that Frances, in a fit of jealousy, had taken matters into her own hands and killed both her husband and her lover. Others speculated that the murders were part of a larger conspiracy, perhaps involving a cover-up or the involvement of other unknown individuals. Some even suggested that the priest's own brother-in-law, Willie Stevens, might have had a hand in the murders, though he too was acquitted in the trial. Despite numerous theories, no one has ever been convicted of the Hall Mills murders. The case remains unsolved, a haunting reminder of the complexities and challenges of justice in high-profile murder cases. The media frenzy surrounding the trial only added to the confusion, and over the years, the story has become more myth than fact. What remains clear, however, is the tragic nature of the crime itself. Edward Hall and Eleanor Mills, caught in a forbidden love, paid the ultimate price for their secret. Frances Hall, whether guilty or innocent, would forever be linked to the scandal and heartbreak of the murders. And the truth of what happened that fateful night in 1922 is something we may never fully understand. The Hall Mills case stands as a testament to the enduring mystery of love, betrayal, and murder. It serves as a reminder of the fragility of human emotions and the lengths to which some may go when consumed by jealousy and rage. And as the years pass, the question remains: who killed Edward Hall and Eleanor Mills? Was it Frances Hall, or was there something more to the story that we'll never know? This case continues to fascinate people to this day, and its legacy endures in both the annals of true crime and in the minds of those who still seek the truth. It's a story that reminds us how the truth can sometimes slip through the cracks, leaving behind only shadows and questions that will never be answered. The Hall Mills murders remain one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. What do you think happened that night in New Brunswick? Was Frances Hall guilty, or was she the victim of a terrible miscarriage of justice? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more true crime stories.